All right. My camera keeps cutting off. I hope this goes through. I just want to say hello to my hoop heads and welcome back to the channel. Peace and profits, everybody. Today is Tuesday, September the 30th. It's game 5 of the WNBA playoff semifinals. It's finally here. Tonight we have the Fever versus Aces, and they're going to be in Vegas tonight. The game airs at 6:30 p.m. West Coast time. The Aces are favored at minus 345, Fever at plus 275. The total is 158.5. Choosing the over is at minus 108, under at minus 112. Aces are favored at minus 8 at minus 110, Fever plus 8 at minus 110. Most analysts are going to give you a cookie cutter breakdown on this one. They're making this game about Wilson versus Mitchell, or Fever is playing for Caitlin, which, yes, that drives them to an extent, but trust me, the Fever are tired of being told they're shorthanded or that they just some flukes. They're tired of being disrespected, and that hunger is their 6th player on the floor tonight. Everyone thinks the pressure is on Indiana since they're the underdog, but really, to me, Vegas is the one with the most to lose. They're the reigning dynasty, huge payroll, defending champs, loaded roster, home court, heavy favorite. Indiana's players are freer mentally. They've already exceeded expectations just by getting here. That could make Vegas play tight while Indy play loose. Most analysts are going to talk offense versus defense. They're going to talk stars and stats. But for me, tonight's game comes down to the shot clock. Whoever controls the pace controls this game. They control this series, all right? Fever's DNA is grindy. They thrive when they can slow the pace. But game 4, they prove that they can play fast too. All right? So they actually have 2 victory lanes. The Aces, they need speed to feel comfortable. That's their lane. So if Indy flips the switch and makes it a half-court grind, the Vegas really comes out looking very human tonight. And that's the Fever's ace in the hole, pun intended. This ain't checkers, y'all. This is chess, okay? It's not just about Fever grind versus Aces run. It's about which style prevails tonight. Focus on the word styles. What separates me from the typical analyst is that boxing is my number 1 sport. And in boxing, we always say styles make fights. The same rule applies in the Fever versus Aces bout tonight, okay? The Aces, they are the power puncher. They want to throw flurries, keep the pace high, and overwhelm you with volume. The Fever is the counter puncher. They're more dangerous when they can slow you down, pick their spots, and land efficient shots. In boxing, when it goes the distance, it's usually the counter puncher, who edges it out on points. But in basketball, the Aces have more ways to land those big, round-stealing punches. The Aces are 17-5 at home. Fever are 11-11 away. Indy has been scrappy on the road, but can they consistently topple elite teams away from Indy? And the answer has been no. The key word is consistently. In the season, Aces are 30-14. Fever are 24-20. In the last 10, both teams are 7-3, so it's really a coin flip. Aces are averaging more points per game in the last 10. They average 86.4. Fever averages 82.5. Aces have 22.2 assists and 5.5 blocks per game. Fever have 18.5 assists and only 2.1 blocks per game. Not only do Fever score less points, blocks, and assists in the last 10, they have a couple less steals, and they're shooting 44.3% from the field. The Aces are shooting 48.9% from the field. The Fever making it this far with their secondary pieces is huge, y'all, okay? This is very huge that they made it this far with just secondary pieces. This is like A boxer who's missing their A-game weapons but still taking the champ into deep waters. The Fever or the fighter who lost his right hand early in the fight but is still jabbing, still countering, and pushing the champ to the limit. The Fever are hungry, they have a lot of heart, and I'm personally hoping the human factor kicks in tonight. But analytics are the map. Humans drive the car. Y'all know that's my motto. But the stats favor the aces. And you're here for the stats, not my heart. So the aces are the sharp side on paper. The Fever cover the spread more, just so you know. and just to say, I got to say this. Most people are using the old trend when quoting the last 10 totals. 9 of their last head-to-head went under. But what they're not telling you is 4 of the last 5 went over. We can go with history or recent momentum. I wanted y'all to know the recent trend, which is 4 or 5 went over, so you can decide for yourself which way you want to go. Do you want to go historically or do you want to go with recent momentum? Now, when I look at the wide lens, both teams trend under historically, all right? And historically, elimination games slow down. They have shorter rotations, they got tighter defense, and every possession is more valued in these elimination games. The styles, Fever, the counterpuncher, they don't mind a grind. Their scoring runs are usually bursts, not constant pressure, okay? Aces, the power puncher, they can push pace, but in a closeout game, even they tend to tighten up, y'all. They lean on the aces inside and they trust defense. So I'm going with a wide historical lens on this one. This is a stat-based channel and I really have not much choice. And it's just the stats are, more in the favor of the under on this one, despite recent momentum. Okay? So quick recap. Aces for the win, Fever to cover, and total on 158. I personally might fade this game. I ain't betting against an underdog this hungry. All right? And I damn sure don't want to bet against my hometown. I'd rather not bet at all. But that's personal. And I know that's not what you're here for, but some of y'all like to know what I'm personally doing. It's hard for me to pass up the plus money on this one. The Fever is at plus money. It's hard for me to pass that up. But I'd rather focus on players. I'm going to be an underdog in prize picks, okay? I'd rather focus on players. So, and I'll share my choices in the community post at around 11 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, okay? I'm going to put it in what I choose in a community post. If I do decide on sides, personally, it will definitely be live in the first half. Because, y'all, I just got to see with my own eyes who controls the pace early. Okay, that's just me. I don't care what's the sharp side, where the public is. I like to see in a game like this with my own eyes who's controlling the pace. But just so you know, I don't want to throw you off. Statistically, it's aces to win, Fever to cover, and under 158.5. All right? Thank you for watching Wize Plays, WNBA. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share this video with one of your hoop heads, friends, if you found this video interesting or entertaining in any way. And remember, never risk more than you can afford to lose, all right? See you on the next one, and thanks for watching.